shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry, and I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event, and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready? All right, good morning and welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. It's another beautiful week. Wow. I say make I come talk small for story today because my body still pepper me for body. Yesterday, it was all celebration. Oh, my God, it was fun. It was all fun yesterday. I want to thank every parent who brought their child out yesterday, their children. Let me start with thanking you people. You made our program so amazing. The kids were so amazing. Oh my God. That dance yesterday was madness. We couldn't determine who is the best dancer among the kids until we had to select two. Because those two girls, Jesus Christ, where did they come from? It's such a wonderful time. We appreciate all the parents yesterday. The children, they really had fun. The good ones. We want to thank our station manager, Mary, who worked tirelessly for that project to hold all the members of Echo FM. Kudos to everybody. The King Group of Companies is soaring high. It's 1 year celebration of Echo FM, and we cannot do this without you. So thank you all for being part of the program. One more to go on Sunday. That is at Benchmark Hotel. Everybody married and singles. Those of now they find wife. If no one borrows Savata wife, when I come, the woman find over small. Because nowadays, for not, they borrow people wife. If it's like give them by force or by hook, they'll carry and they go. They'll come do punk for your door. Guy, I need your wife. If you don't agree, you die. All right? That is what is happening in those terrorized area. But for now, we want to appreciate everybody. Man, it was wonderful. I can say we are going higher and higher. Next year will be much better. We thank those schools that sent in their children as well. And we appreciate everybody. Thank you all, everybody. It is time for us to go to our conversation. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7 with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos, the one on radio. All right, everybody. Today is not a day to talk stories. It's not a day to get into insecurity and terrorism. I'm not after that one. Today, we have a very interesting matter to discuss. On the show, we will be taking a look at the indiscriminate naming of streets everywhere that is going on, especially in the local government. One guy will just come from Yankee because he don't collect money, go come grade road. Don't be saying do quota, go grade them. If you try where we put gutter, the next thing go name after his grandfather. Why is that happening? It's going on almost every local government. We've been getting reports of our reports So that is what we'll be treating today. And our focus will be at Njaba, where it is predominantly like no man's business. Naruto to your village with that, so I know so you know.
Look, this is quite preemptive because there's such a case on my own street in my village.
All right, so well, that is the voice of Comrade Salvatore Amadi, who is going to be helping us deal with this matter today. He is a renowned journalist, of course, an investigative one, and a troublemaker, querist on radio. Anything you want to call him, Salvatore, Chief Comrade Salvatore Amadi. Good morning and welcome to Straight Talk once again.
Great morning to you, Cosmos. My pleasure once again to be with you on air this beautiful, rather beautiful Monday morning, 15th of December, 10 days away from Christmas.
10 days to go, man.
Wow.
10 days to go. Just how many days ago we were saying Happy New Year? It's another going to another Happy New Year. Wow. This thing they fly.
Honestly.
This thing they fly. I yesterday night, for some, I've not really had this close compa with my little boy. And then he was talking. I started hearing his voice. It is maturing. I was like, what the hell? The guy voice doesn't change. I know that, man. It's going gradually. That is how life goes. Small, small. See a little boy you had yesterday. Before you know, the voice started sounding like a man. Can you imagine that? Great, great to have you. And of course, we have making a return after a long while to the studio. We have our big brother from Njaba local government, where the whole wahala happened. We have Comrade Ijele Chimezie Odemenam. Odemenam, okay, Odemenam. Let me not pronounce it anyhow. It's MFS, CPS, PDP, APC. Ijele, welcome to Straight Talk this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Imo people. Good morning, my lovely people of Njaba local government area. Good morning, Nigeria. And also, I want to thank the Echo FM, wishing you happiest anniversary, 1 year anniversary.
Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Comrade Ijele Chimeze is the Chief Press Secretary and Head of Media and Communication Bureau at Njaba local government area. All right, so as the Chief Press Secretary, this one falls be koro for your table. That's why we invited you to come and tell us what is going on at Njaba.
Yes.
Comrade Salvatore is going to tell us what is happening at Idiato North and South, because you know the one place. So at the end of the day, is it happening in your locality where we have indiscriminate naming of streets that people will just come up without government approval, without any documentation, and they just name the street, and then when government now comes and finally names the street, you have a controversy, and they will now start having one street with 2 names or even 3 names. It is becoming, the issue of chieftaincy title is no longer the big boys. They're not fighting for the, look at the kind of thing big boys fight for. God, money is good. Money is good. But today we want to take a look at that. No matter, it's not a joking matter, it's a very serious affair, serious governmental affairs, and how is the local government taking care of that? We'll also delve in a little bit into some local government affairs of Njaba local government. You're the Chief Press Secretary. Your people would like to hear what you've been able to do there. And of course, Comrade, in your own area, I don't know if the local government chairman has been judiciously using all the hundreds of millions they get every day, every 30 days. We don't call it a month again. Every 30 days, it comes in like 300. I mean, I think you're aware, Idiata collects nearly 400 a month. No. From the last allocation fact.
Much more than that.
Imagine. So, Ijele, how much they collect? Don't tell me you don't know. Your Chief Press Secretary, you know that. How much do they give now?
It fluctuates. It depends on the
give us the lowest figure. The lowest
sharing
figure.
formula.
The lowest figure.
There's the time we receive about 400 and something of that figure.
Thank God. Now your math is taken. 400 milli every 30 days. So what have we been able to do for the people? That is local government affairs. We will try to delve into all those local government affairs today. I know that Honorable Ihama will be very happy when we talk about local government. He is elated, and of course because he has been fighting tooth and nail to make sure that the local government is fully functional. All right, people, that is what we're going to be discussing today and all that. In the middle of that, we also have a general notice for people of Njaba, because it is very important that you get this message. It's very important so you don't fall into trouble. All right, if you're from Njaba, And Isi, you had better tune in and listen up very, very well. Okay, welcome aboard. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. Now we go straight to the papers and take a look at what the papers are saying this morning in our newspaper review. All right, people, let's start up with the Nigerian News Point newspaper. This paper carrying news full everywhere. I see the decoder with space. So let's start up with the lead story here. Olu May leaders, stakeholders meet and harp on unity, hail Uzodimma on security, demand blueprint from Olu development. All right. Ijele, this also falls within your jurisdiction. Yeah. How's the security situation at Njaba right now?
Now, for now, Njaba is very calm. Okay. And coupled with the combined efforts of the executive chairman, the governor, and the security architecture of the federal government, there is a calmness in Njaba, especially in Omaka, where the Hydra headed insecurity was very...
I heard that Omaka was within that river area. People were missing around that place. Is this still happening?
No. Everywhere is calm now.
All right.
I can assure you, I came back from my village yesterday,
okay,
which was impossible as of few months back.
Thank God for that. Comrade, how is the theater now? Apart from the erosion.
It's very obvious that you are quite familiar with the terrain.
Yeah.
The issue of erosion has been a very, very persistent problem. Security-wise, yes, I can tell you authoritatively that there is an improvement.
Okay.
And there is an improvement because there is now more participation from the level of the private citizens, the citizenry. Personalities in the community who will donate, money, even for the salaries of the vigilante officers. I know of a particular son who does that. He alone brings 200,000 every month, for salaries towards the payment of the salaries of the vigilante officers and many others. And
in India, we had just paying them 50,000. Why is it so difficult for the local government chairman and the rest of the government apparatus to pay them? 50,000 naira is not much of money for a vigilante who stay in the bush for you to stay in your house.
That's a very, very pertinent question, Barry. As a matter of fact, I personally had to take on some high-level government officials on that issue, particularly the chief of staff, as a matter of fact, a couple of months back when an issue was raised concerning security. And the issue I raised at the meeting with the traditional ruler and the PG and all his ESCO members and general citizens there was, look, listen, a long time ago, the governor did say that the communities in Imo State will be giving some millions every month for payment of the vigilante and all of that, and we were to open a bank accounts for all of them and all. And I was asking the traditional ruler, what do you know about this? And he said, well, as far as he knew, they were asked to open the bank accounts, but as far as he knew, nothing had come into that account. So I said, okay, I'll make my inquiries from Government House. And I did confront the Commissioner for Homeland Security, Honorable Modestus Osakwe, and also discussed with Chief of Staff Barrister Nnamdi Anyehe on this. And the information from especially Anyehe was that very soon, as far as he knew, very soon the money was going to start dropping in the accounts of these local governments. But right now that we speak, nobody, neither the PG nor the traditional ruler nor anybody from the local government from the office of the local government chairman has come to say this money has started dropping in the accounts of these communities for payment of vigilante salaries.
All right, that's good information. At Njaba, how are you paying them? the vigilante? Because I know you have vigilante operating in Njaba right now.
Yeah, before now, we have different vigilante outfits operating in Njaba.
Okay.
Until the governor,
Okay.
his wisdom now trying to unify the system.
Okay.
And they were asked to bring 15 persons per community.
Community. Okay.
And at the local government, 215, that will oversee the local government affairs. So they were asked to open a separate account. Separate account for these people. And some people did. Those that opened the account received 2 million naira each in the account.
That 2 million is for the 15 person in each community?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they received the first...
Is it coming like monthly or is just something that is
they received this first badge of payment.
Okay.
After that, they were fully conscripted. They went for their training at Nkwere.
Okay.
Then I find out that most of these people that went for the training they were not duly captured because this exercise was carried out between Commissioner for Homeland, the Homeland Ministry,
Okay.
and the e-governors.
Okay. What do you mean by e-governance?
There's a Ministry of e-governance in Imo State.
Okay.
Led
Okay.
by
That's
Dr.
the ministry.
Chimeze Amadi.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They conduct the scale up Imo something. So
Yeah.
they have to capture you thumbprint. Let it not be that you answer Imo vigilante officer that tomorrow somebody will swab you or no.
Okay.
So they find as most of them fail the test. They don't have the NIN requirement and all that. They start trying to
Redo everything.
do everything again.
Okay.
So that's the situation for now. But they have done with their training exercise.
Until those things are completely done,
Yeah, so that
monies cannot be
money
released.
cannot
like
be
that.
released, yes.
I get it. So, Imo people, you're hearing it directly from the government officials, and of course, it's official that they need to do the right thing. You know, most of us are so used to doing things anyhow. They feel it's different thing. If there's one thing I know about Governor Hope, he's very meticulous when it comes to these kind of things. And all of us, we need to know that it's not business as usual, where somebody, because you have anybody in the government, has to go and do any and anyhow just to get money meant for your community. It doesn't make any sense, but then that's what it is. All right, let's see this other story. IMO NURTW, that's the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Their crisis is looming. This crisis has been in the air for a while now. And of course, the members urge government to investigate Lajef as protest for his removal is looming. That's what the story says according to Nigerian News. Sabato, give us, I know you're conversant with this. Give us in a nutshell what's going on.
You can say more appropriately that I'm conversant with all the headlines you have in the newspapers because I monitor all of them and
Okay.
so that we can set agenda appropriately for the government at different levels. Now, the question to ask now is there ever a time there's no crisis in the National Union of Road Transport Workers? And if you ask me the answer, a reasonable, acceptable answer would be no. It seems to be a persistent, perennial issue. They're always dragging for one thing or another. And a good number of the times you will discover that the members are always at loggerheads with their leaderships for various reasons. And I can tell you authoritatively that all the time it has to do with what else? Naira and Kobo.
Money.
And Kobo. And so I read through the reports. In fact, the first one I read was published on, I think, when was it, Friday? And I went through the report. And I can say, principally, top on the list of their grievances was that since the appointment of their Imo State chairman, Jeffrey Eze, popularly known as Lajef, that he has not conducted an election, into positions. Then another one has to do with this season we're in now, the Yuletide season, where everything transport-wise increases. And so, it's very, very traditional and customary with them practically to always increase transport fares during the Yuletide season. And they're saying that since the increment in the last Yuletide season, after that season, the fares were expected to come down, that the current chairman has not bothered to bring down the fares. And then that there is, and this one is worrisome really, that about approximately 50 million is realized on a monthly basis from all these collections here and there. You know, all these parks you go to, you see all these boys asking you for ticket and all of that. But that an amount said to be around 10 million is all that is, remitted, paid to the government. Yes, and the rest goes into private pockets. Then another one that is quite worrisome is the allegation that he actually gave out most of the, what they call the juicy, as usual,
position.
Parks.
Okay,
in the
juicy
state,
parks.
yes, to highly placed people, relations of, in fact, they talked about relations of the governor that he gave them to, and all of that, so that he will get protection and he can now behave with impunity and nobody cares. They also say that he has a relationship with the national chairman, whom you know, MC Oluomo. And a lot of things. There was a time he visited Oluomo in his residence. They took pictures, and he goes around.
There's nothing
using,
wrong with that.
you know,
He's a state chairman.
He goes telling them he has high-level interaction, relationship with the national chairman.
So nobody can talk to him.
And you know he's Bola Tinubu's boy. You know that, don't you? That's the MC Oluomo. You know.
Yeah, of course.
So very interesting. But I think in the main, what should concern us now has to do with. They were saying if you give these positions to highly placed people who are already in big money, you are leaving the unemployed people who need these positions more jobless, unemployed.
So that they can come and eat or what?
That's what it means. That's what I mean by it has to do with money. Money that goes to who? When it starts going to the other side, some people will be complaining.
So why do you have to give something to a poor man who will see that as an opportunity to make money?
They are thinking that instead of giving it to those who already have, an equitable way of distribution would dictate majorly that now you shift it to poorer people.
I beg,
so that
that's Nigerian politicians. Everybody's a politics, even in motor park.
That's Nigeria for us.
Politics.
That's Nigeria for us.
How do you deal with this one now?
Comrade has already given you the full analysis. And another thing that plays out is that the story or the history of National Union of Road Transport Workers in Nigeria is just like labor unionism. And one of my lecturers in those days taught us something they call corporate stout theory of politics. You know that institution is a force when it comes to politics, mobilization.
Yeah, mobilization.
And you know the season we are entering now.
Politics.
So there may be wrong alliances somewhere. You know, and those that are trying to, go on this protest could be incited to do that, so that this wrong alliance that this man did could. But I'm not saying that he has made. But these things
are a possibility.
Yeah, there are possibilities of all this.
Okay, I understand the angle you're coming from. This is deep down politics at the grassroots playing, because NURT, not just a political party of its own, let's use that one, because anywhere they decide to go, they go like bees.
Yes.
Like they all go there. They are also responsible for helping transport electoral material. So you can you understand where the whole...
They are very, very crucial factor in the electoral process.
If they determine that you won't hold the election, no vehicle will move, you won't hold the election.
Wow. Yeah. So it's a very strong factor for every governor who wants to succeed to have them very close.
Yes.
So there's nothing you can tell me now that this is not somewhere politics at play in this whole issue. Anyway, that is concerning NURT. But the worst thing is that the transport fare you talked about has increased drastically and refused to go down. And if they're using that because they want to buy public sentiment, it's a real factor. And the present state chairman, because I remember when fuel was selling for 1,400, 1,200, they now raised this price. Yeah. And they refused to bring it down since the fuel is selling at 900. Doesn't make any sense. So that's one of the things they are complaining. Anyway, what do you make of that, people? Let's move on now to the Star Post Express. The Star Post Express, NUJ Southeast Laos Uzodima on improved security infrastructure and urges Southeast governors to follow footprint. Of course, Imo government demolishes mortuary and hotel residential business building owned by suspected ritualists and kidnapper. That one is, I think, the one at Ngokpala.
Interestingly, Barry, I passed through there. I was on my way to do some investigations at Zion Ministry yesterday. Okay. Incidentally, as we were just passing through the police checkpoint, And this reminds me, this award for the Mr. Police Commissioner.
That they
Those
should
police
dismantle
officers
police.
along that, right around the airport, as we're heading to Ngokbala,
Yeah.
he should check those boys, those 3 sets, checkpoints along that axis. He should check them very well. We ran into one where there were just 2 officers. There was even no police vehicle there, so they were possibly on their own, extorting money from people for the fun of it. Then, but as we passed the place, the driver of the vehicle said, Christmas, that's the place that the thing happened. So we all looked to the right, and lo and behold, I saw, the demolished structure. And both of them are just very close to the main road.
They say it's the person that owns both of them.
Yes. And you first pass one, then the next one about 2 kilometers or so away. And I saw both of the structures completely demolished. And I was also in that neighborhood around that Ngokbala axis about 2 weeks back, where this viral video, took place.
The one they were butchering.
The one that,
Ouch.
and I was right. The road they described, we were on that very road. They described this thing happen.
Your mind now lift up.
I say, guys, look, listen.
I lift my hands to the Lord.
Must we continue with this journey?
What a question.
Maybe we'll go back to Owerri and think twice about this journey in Ngokbala.
Oh, but
that's
that
a lot
time,
of Ngokbala now.
Your music will start saying, I lift my hands to the Lord.
Yes, indeed.
All right, according to the report here, 21 mutilated bodies or corpses were evacuated from that particular building. Now, somebody owns this thing. The community knows the owner. The people that are working there. So they shouldn't be swept under the carpet. 21 mutilated bodies. And we hear that people just get vanished from that area and nobody knows where they go until now.
DSP PPRO Imo State, I monitored the radio program this morning, and he was saying, in fact, that was on HOT, that 150 bodies. This is from the PPRO Imo State.
150 bodies.
150 bodies mutilated. That's
all right. Let's just take one or two at the national dailies before we open up the phone lines. Okay, West African leaders unite against coup and violent extremism. That is ECOWAS now talking. Is on the leadership newspaper this morning. West African leaders unite against coups and violent extremism. Now they wake up. Thanks to Donald Trump for making this one a reality, because this is going on unabated for too long. And, of course, now they are waking up to start talking against coup because it's now making the government. There are allegations and counter-allegations that France doesn't want to lose more grounds in Africa, so they're doing everything using ECOWAS to make sure coups doesn't work again. And since Benin Republic was aborted by the help of Nigeria and other people, especially the French government, what do you make of these conspiracy theories or people coming up with this kind of facts that France is trying not to lose? Does that hold water at all?
Of course it holds water. Why would anybody who has a grip on a particular country for economic reasons not want that to continue? Most of these Francophone countries, they surround Nigeria. Nigeria is bordered, left, right, center, up, north, west, east, by Francophone countries. And so it will be a good decoy for France to want to now have this romance with Nigeria, use Nigeria as a front to achieve certain objectives. And now that you are aware, you know how frequently Mr. President goes to France, and now that you're aware that France is one of the countries approached for intervention in the terrorism menace in Nigeria, of course, it's automatic that France would want to ensure that Nigeria is used in exchange for whatever
ironically, a U.S. stepped in. Nigerian government didn't invite them. Why are they inviting France?
You see, this is all about international diplomacy. You're asking Nigeria why they're inviting France. What I can tell you is, when you have a country that is surrounded left, right, and center by Francophone countries, and you know these countries fall under France. These are French colonies. So if you're interacting, either you're interacting or you are fighting, you are interacting with or fighting any of these Francophone countries, it will be to your advantage to go to their quote and unquote master or controller.
Is that still happening? We are still
Now,
having masters and servants?
Now, you see,
I do understand what you mean, but
yeah, and that is why this question has been posed to me before. In fact, last week, why France? And that was the explanation I gave. If you have, you see, you have to immerse yourself very, very effectively and efficiently in an environment if you want to get topmost information, very vital information from that environment. And you can only get it by, that's what you call assimilation.
okay.
Okay, beyond immersion. When you're talking about embedding officers or agents in certain environments, to perform effectively when it has to do with intervention. Now, somebody was saying, how come Britain is not at the forefront of this fight in terrorism, fight against terrorism in Nigeria? And I was laughing. I was laughing right through because that question was quite comical and naive. You see, in conflict resolution, there's a fundamental principle that dictates that he who is part of a problem cannot be part of the solution. Now,
right.
Britain has been part of your problem for over 100 years.
Well,
so why would they now want to come and solve?
Have you
They
noticed-
keep stealing your crude oil, all your mineral resources.
Have you noticed, Ijele, when the former British Prime Minister came here, he said they give Nigeria whiskey and we give them oil during the economic summit. And that thing trended on social media. I know you saw it.
Yeah.
Then with that again, have you noticed that almost every British colony before is at war?
Yes, at the international political arena, what happens there directly or indirectly affect their dependent nations. That's why we attack the developed third world nations. When we do a little bit, we have a little bit progress, they call us developing nations. They are the ones that determine your status anywhere. So the dichotomy that exists now between Nigeria and the United States started from the point where the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, becomes an anti-Islamic president. And he's very blunt about it. He doesn't hide it. Now, Nigeria has made their foreign policy before now that Nigeria should be the center point for African development or something like that. They talk about Africa first before Nigeria. It's a big brother country. Now, when the issue of Palestine and Israel was raised up, Nigeria started backing Palestine under this current, even previous dispensation and this current dispensation. And the Donald Trump was like seeing Nigeria as a terrorist country, that any country that supports Hamas in Palestine is a terrorist country, because the Hamas is a terrorist organization. That made the president to part way with the president, the Donald Tinubu, parted way, and started romancing with the French president. That's the dichotomy in Anglo-Saxon and what do you call it? Francophone. So he started romancing with that French president as a superpower too.
Is France still a superpower?
It's a superpower. Whether their power has went down or but they are.
Because in the international politics, they seem not to be having a lot of say or that influence they used to wield again.
No, they have, because what they do is alliance. They call themselves the Triple Alliance. Why Russia aligns with China. US, UK, and France have their own alliance when it comes to war. But now what they are talking about is the economic interest.
Well, it's always all about economy, because without Africa, France is like as good as a third world country. Yes. If you don't want to hear it live and direct. Without Africa, France will be a third world country.
Of course, most of the European countries.
All right, well, let's not go into international politics now. This is still the newspaper review on Echo FM. It is straight talk, no bending corners. All right, we look at this other headline. Afenifere Ohaneze, RYU takes stand on state policing. The call for the establishment of state police received a major boost at the weekend with the backing of major sociocultural organizations in Nigeria. Afenifere Ohaneze and Arewa youth. A lot of people say governors will hijack these governors. Now, the national police, I want to say the Nigerian police force, is not already hijacked by the same governors. What are we afraid of now?
Of course, when you say that the sitting governor is the chief security officer of the state, he has already hijacked the one you call national security. So now,
Now, if he does not have to wait for orders from above and nobody can counter, like in River State, where the governor will give order and the order from above will cancel.
we'll counter it.
So if now he has his own state police and nobody is going to give order from national, is it not going to be do and undo?
No, there will be clauses there. It doesn't mean that when we have state police, the national will be scrapped entirely. There will be a regulatory framework.
So when if there's an issue, the national police will step in and say, "Oh yeah, step aside," like the FBI do.
There will be regional. There will be regional interferences. There will be regional police posts. For instance, if the governors are managing the vigilante groups, they're under their custody now or control. You see, sometimes the national police, like NPF, will come and say they want to disband or banish vigilantes, and the governors cannot stop that. So any law or any institution you create without regulatory framework, it will go out of control.
Okay.
And at that, for instance, let me give you an analysis now. When you go to the north, they have their Hisba police group. Who are they under? Are they under the IGP or under the state governor?
Yeah.
So, but they have been operating there for a longer time. So what is wrong having the same thing within the secular peripheral angle of the whole state?
All right, it seems to me this one has already given it a green light since yesterday. All right, it's time for you to holler now. Let's join the conversation. I have two of very wonderful discussants today. I'm enjoying. Actually, people are giving me ginger. I was very weak when I was coming here right now. I think I have enough energy. Anyway, there's no doorman when Savata is around. So 0911 20022 0707 454 1014. Let's get your calls. Good morning. Who dey my line? Welcome to Straight Talk. Who dey my line? All right. It's like you don't go on my house. Let's got another one. Good morning.
Good morning, my very good friend. Morning, and how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Welcome aboard. Name and
Good
submission.
morning, the guests in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Olumbi Sen Onyez Ezelobo. On the issue of ECOWAS having a meeting because of the coup attempt in the Benin Republic. Now Nigeria say they don't want to Trump. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. But when there is a coup attempt, they went to Benin without the Benin government informing them. I asked Benin Republic, is it not a sovereign nation like Nigeria? Then secondly, this ECOWAS, when you go to Western world like Europe, you can travel from maybe Spain to Holland, Holland to France, France to England, through any way. And here in common Africa, in common Nigeria, we cannot even access from the east to Lagos.
I take exception to that word, common Nigeria. We're not common. Thank you.
Okay, my brother. Just in Nigeria, you cannot access from here to Lagos through railway. Even from here to Ghana or Cameroon or even Dixon. And we are claiming the ECOWAS and the EU and the EU and all the rest. My brother, I don't know where ECOWAS is heading to. But if you let for me, I will ask the government of Africa to abolish this ECOWAS. If they want to unite, let them make a formidable union that will make Africa great. Not this one, the Western world are using to export what is in Africa. And we are calling the third world country. It's not being helping Africans. And our leaders are the ones helping to make this country, this place, not to grow.
Thank you.
So whatever thing we make to make the place grow, let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ezelobo. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmas, my very good friend and brother.
Good morning.
Our guest in the studio. My name is Izudu Ubaja, that we usually call from Duchi, Zogizmo State. Let me begin by commending Barry for at least calling the last speaker in order that called Nigeria a common country. That's a very welcome development. I love that.
Thank
you very much for doing that. Yes.
Thank you.
Well, what to think of it, Nigeria, I want everybody to understand, as Africa and indeed ECOWAS, as one of the centerpiece of our foreign administration. So our intervention into the Republic over the coup d'etat is a welcome development. And come to think of it, when you begin to notice some of these coup d'etats, some of these African countries in general, and then West African countries in particular, it will portray us in bad light before international community. It's not a welcome development. Whichever angle anybody decides to look at it, we know that the best military oligarchy is worse than the worst civilian administration, and therefore should not be supported for whatever reason. And there's this proverb in Igbo land that says that, you know, so the reason is very, very clear. I commend the flag and all judges to actually intensify efforts on this. And this by beating them hard with the ECOWAS countries now to contribute forces to checkmate this. We can't continue like this. Let us begin to resolve internal democratic problems internally instead of going using the military basing to do that. That's a welcome development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Jude. Good morning.
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
The senior citizen, Mazuzama is in the building.
Thank you so much, Barry.
Welcome, sir.
Let me ask, how does ECOWAS contribute to good governance?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want military coup. Very well. We give you pass mark. Now, those in power, to what extent do they take the welfare of people into account in deciding what to do? We are saying something about the Road Transport Union. Almost every son has the gene of father in him. Any man, you can have the gene of your father in you.
Yeah.
Now, the Road Transport Workers Union, by tomorrow, Dangote says fuel will sell at less than 740 naira. And they are charging the same amount they charged when fuel was 12 naira. And, I mean, 1,200 naira a liter. Where does that come in? Barry, you can go back to ECOWAS. And what has ECOWAS influenced any policy in any of the member countries? Particularly policies that deal with the welfare of the people of the country. That is, we have money. You are talking about local government.
Yeah.
Have you looked? You have. You have looked, yes. I don't have to ask you whether you have. You have looked at the figures coming into the local government. But I had someone who went around the local government. He just finished on Thursday. That's 3 or 4 days ago. In most of the local government, you can't get, everywhere is overgrown. And you are saying that they've given more than 11 billion naira every month. I'm talking of Imo State. Where does the money go? That money belongs to the people. In what way do the people of the state benefit from that money? You have increased income. The federal government says so, that they have increased money to distribute to all arms of government. In what way has that benefited the people of Nigeria? I don't want to go on because this is Monday. I don't want to start the week talking about the obvious, apparent, indisputable failure of government in governance.
Chai.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Senior citizen.
Thank you, the senior citizen. Let's take some messages now. Ihejeto Lillian says, good morning, Big Brother Barry. Happy New Week, and God continue to bless you. Thank you very much, Lillian. Chinaza Nice. Oh, this is my you people. They don't come again. Say, good morning, Ogabari. 50,000 is very small for a salary to a person protecting a community now in Imo State. Even Nigeria at large, please let them increase the money. Thank you very much. The vigilantes will be blessing you for that talk. Now, Credo Ezeta says, good morning, Echo FM and the best radio station. Thank you. Mr. Barry, good morning. Credo Ezeta radiating from Oko here, East Kenesi, Idiato South, Savato Village, where there is no road to travel. No, be me right, and your brother right. He says, Mr. Barry, can you imagine traveling from Owerri to Okwele with 1,000 naira and then enter motor or bike going to my house or call here Isikenesi paying 5,000 just because of bad roads? Ay, Jesus, this is very, very annoying. 5,000 naira for bike to go to Okohia in Isikenesi just because of bad roads. We from Idiato South are really in problem because of dilapidated roads, and with this season of Christmas, the amount to travel to Idiato South might reach 10,000 naira. God is really watching from a distance. All right, thank you very much. That is our brother from the Ezete Credo. We also have Dr. Mrs. Simao Lebra from Owerri, a country that encourages illegality, needs needs sympathy and attention. A lot of unacceptable things keep going on in this country. Silence or neutrality in the face of evil is treasonable. Any good person who sees evil fails to speak out, or rather praises and encourages evil acts, will receive more punishment from God than the doer of the evil. We endure a lot of immoral acts. Our problems are critical and require urgent and drastic solutions. That is the gospel, according to Dr. Mrs. Sima Olebra. And we have Nwachuku Elias Jr. He says, good morning, Barry. One name, Nwachuku Elias Jr. from Ogbako. The building that was demolished has nothing to do with the crime. The people involved in the act should be brought to book. Also, not just the building. The link should be traced from the highest order to the lowest. Those people involved should be caught, and should be caught Bikonu. If not, the same crime will still continue. Just like in business, you see from the producers to the wholesalers. And good morning, Barry. One name, Nwachuku Elias Jr. from Ogago sent in that one. Thank you very much. Sabate, want to react to your brother? Is he seeking see no bad road?
Yes.
5,000 to your village.
Yes, I had wanted to call our attention to that misinformation. We shouldn't be so hyperbolic and exaggerative when we are presenting information, because you end up raising a scenario of conflagrational revolution that is unnecessary, because people who are fed wrong, information.
Okay.
They'll just rise out of anger, but because it's not true. I can tell you authoritatively that it will not take more than 2,000 naira from Okwele to get to that guy's place. All right.
Atoko here.
Yes, it will not. But what he raised about no road there is absolutely correct. I have spoken with the boss of Cranberg Construction, the road they are doing from Olu to Oga. I met him and his new soldiers around him and all that some months back. And I said, listen, I hope when you finish this road, you do mine. He said, where is yours? I said, where you are standing now, in Tueke Junction, down to Isekinese, to Dikenafai, which is the local government headquarters, to Okwele Junction. That is my road, and I hope you people will do it. He said, well, our business, if the governor signs the contract, I said, fine. So I was told reliably, because I told the governor's wife at government house in the midst of an interaction with senior journalists. I said, listen, tell your husband, if it is midnight that he listens to you the most, corner him, target him, ambush him for midnight, tell him he must do that road from Okwele to Ntueke Junction, passing through Isekinese, which is where I come from. Now, if he doesn't do that, it is likely we'll retrieve you from him, because you are our daughter. All right? So I put it to you the way it is. And
God.
I further got information that they were going to finish the boss of Cranberg there. I had to move. I had to forego where I was going when they directed me to their site to talk to the site engineer to find out exactly when they will finish with that project. And he told me April next year. I said, fine, which means hopefully by May, latest June, you start our road. He said, well, if the governor signs it, I said, fine. So I had to go back to government house to say, this is what I've been told. I hope this will, as from May next year, they will start Okwele, Dikenafai, Isekinese, and Tueke Road.
They never have signed the contract. See, I wanted to talk.
No, listen, see, the governor has roughly 2 years in office. That road can be done in less than 18 months.
All right. And you threaten governor to collect his wife. When I
will threaten it again.
Well, the governor is their in-law.
She's our daughter.
The governor is their in-law.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
.org or call 0703-247-8605 or follow us at Instagram at Cool Financials or Facebook Cool Financials.